This week I want to review Panic Restaurant. If you've never heard of it, I can say I'm not very surprised. It was a game I used to rent constantly from my local video store, and although it's not terribly difficult, it does have its moments. You play as a little chef that has to go around his restaurant defeating pieces of food. It was taken over by a guy named Odove, although it's never really told why. But of course our hero just can't sit on the couch eating bonbons, and instead picks up his frying pan and decides to dish out justice. Pun intended. At its core, Panic Restaurant is a platformer. 8 jumps, B uses your weapon. Simple stuff, really. There's a few interesting changes to the formula that make the game a bit more unique against its peers. For one, well, you have the whole setting. Quick, name a game where you have to battle food in a frickin' restaurant. Yeah, I didn't think so. Enemies range from hot dogs, shish kebabs, uncooked turkey, onions, and even angry french fries. Things can be a bit hard for you until you learn of the chef's range, which is almost non-existent. Granted, you can find extra weapons laying around that gives our chef a bit of an extra advantage. Not all of them are useful though. The spoon gives you an awesome range, as does the dishes that the chef throws like a frisbee. However, the fork is hit or miss. You'll either love it or hate it. It forces the chef to jump around and impale anything that he lands on. However, land wrong or at the wrong angle, and you're losing the fork and also a life point. Perhaps now would be a good time for me to explain that when you get hit, you lose whatever powered up weapon you possessed. You can't lose your frying pan, but anything else you find along the way is fair game. So in a nutshell, if you want to defeat the level's boss quickly, don't get hit throughout the rest of the stage. In addition to those, there's 2 other special power-ups you can find. Chef hats will net you an extra life, although these are fairly rare. The ones you do manage to find are hidden in tricky areas where you'll be forced to ask yourself if it's worth the risk. The other power-up, which is even more spaced out, is what looks to be a cooking pot. This pot gives our heroic chef invincibility for a short time. It's actually kind of comical to see it the first time, as the chef just spins out of control taking out every enemy he sees. When he slows down, you'll know that it's almost time to play as normal. When defeating enemies, they drop coins. These are used in the end of stage slot machine. Keep in mind that if you die on a level, you lose your current coin count, which really sucks if you died at the boss. Don't fret too much though, because bosses do drop some coins. Anyway, this slot machine allows you to play up to 5 coins at a time. The rewards consist of extra lives, points, health recovery, and an additional life point added to your maximum. The chef starts the game with 2 health points, and can be increased to 4. Believe me, these extra health points help. Although the game doesn't start off challenging, in later levels you're going to be grasping on every heart you can find. You thankfully don't lose your maximum life when you do manage to lose one. Instead, the game retains your life points until you lose all of your lives. If that happens, continuing will bring you back to a 2-heart life meter. As far as I can tell, you have infinite continues, which you may need to make use of during the final stages of the game. Each stage is shown in the manner of a menu. You start on level 1, which is the appetizer. Next up is stage 2, the soup. There's no real correlation between the stage name and what the theme of that level is. The second stage, or soup for example, seems to be the dining room, whereas salad, or stage 3, is the kitchen. It's just an odd way to name the stages. At the end of each level, you will have to fight a boss. These all vary in forms, but just like the rest of the game, they are all food related. For the most part, as long as you have a bit of life remaining, you should be able just to walk up to the boss and just keep smacking it. The first boss is a giant popcorn popper. Just remain stationary and you can manage to take it down before it even attacks once. The second boss is an oven that pops out turkeys. Strange, I know. When you kill the oven, the turkeys will fly straight up with halos above their head. I found this relatively amusing. The toughest bosses are probably the barbecue grill, which rains down shrimp at you, and the hamburger, since it likes to throw its buns at you. Strangely enough, the final boss is relatively easy once you figure out how to defeat him. The battle is completely different than the rest of the game, in which you're on a sickly frying pan taking on Odove and his healthier one. Your goal is to pop Odove's balloon by throwing an unending supply of eggs at it. Once the balloon pops, your journey is over. Simple, right? I'm going to throw in here that this game is probably one of the few games that contains a quick ending scene and no credits. That's right, no credits. Why couldn't more games do that? They've got to know no one sat through the credits in this time frame. And the only reason why some people do now is to see if there's any sort of teaser or extra content at the end of it. In addition to the slot machine, there's 2 other bonus games that you can encounter. Both of them are found by climbing up slightly hard to see ladders. Each bonus game only rewards points, so they don't really have a huge impact to the game. One is to simply catch eggs from birds that look to be in pain, and one is to catch fish. In addition, there are bombs present in both minigames, and touching one promptly terminates the game. I can't really think of anything else to talk about for this game. It's just a fun, straightforward little gem. If you want to try something that doesn't veer far from the standard platforming genre, but want something that's still a little bit different, give Panic Restaurant a try. You'll probably enjoy it. Final score? 8 out of 10. This is Reaper. As always, I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/ReapersReviews. Happy fragging.